Hello again, everyone. As usual, I am Buff Bud, and today we are back with another episode of Civilization 5. Now, this episode's actually going to be a little odd because I am recording all of the audio for this in post because Grim decided to mess with my mute button again. Now, for most videos, I would just scrap the entire video and re-record the entire thing, but because this is Civilization, and interesting things can happen in it, especially this episode, you guys will see what I'm talking about later on, because amazing things happened. So, yeah. Oh, hold on a sec. Let me turn my volume down a little. There we go. Oh, by the way, I am actually using my new headset, just to make sure that, that everything works. So if it's too loud, if it's too quiet, anything like that, I'll try and, fix it. But for this episode, I mean, even though I am doing it in post, I don't really have enough time to do much. So, yeah. Um, oh, now what was I going to say before that? Oh, right, I have the audio playing a little bit in the background so I can try to hear what's going on a little, but if it gets too loud, then my microphone will pick it up, and then you guys will hear, like, double, and that's not ever good. Um, but anyway, so last episode was the episode right before my vacation. Let's see, at the very end of it, we end up actually, getting ready to start war with, Persia. Actually, we did start war with Persia. But I figured that was a bad idea, so I just reloaded the save that we made, luckily that we made, right before we started war, and we continued on. Now, as you guys can see, we are currently working on the, oh, hiccup, sorry, the Apollo project, and the Hubble is currently being worked on in Antium, and then once the Apollo program is done, we're going to work on the NIA. So, yeah. Now let's see. Okay, so units need orders. I have a great engineer that I'm thinking I could use over in Antium to speed up the progress of the Hubble, or the Hubble Space Telescope, rather. Holy crap, I just realized we are in January 2000 AD. Oh, man. What timing, right? Okay, anyway, so yeah, I'm wondering why I can't use him on the Apollo project, but later on, I come to the conclusion that I can't use him on there simply because the progress is so far ahead already that I just can't. So yeah, and now here, I'm deciding what I should actually do with the destroyer, because we had it as a caravel before, and we upgraded it to a destroyer, thinking that we'd be able to use it to attack cities and such, which we found out last time that we could not. So, I was going to actually get rid of it by moving into our territory and then selling it, but then I realized I could. Oh, right, and here I'm just telling you how we mapped out the whole world and then we turned it into something else. So, yeah. Um. Oh, yeah, I find uranium. I forgot about that. Um. But no, what I figure I can do with the destroyer is I can put him right by our other city. And right here, I'm just going off on a tangent about how I thought that was a barbarian camp, and then how I know that's a barbarian camp simply because, I mean, no one can get to them to kill them. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm thinking I was gonna move the destroyer right outside Tarsus there. That way, I'd be able to defend Tarsus from any oncoming battles or incoming, whatever. You guys know what I mean. Um, so yeah. By the way, there might be some silence moments in here with me just, not talking simply because I don't remember what I was talking about at that point in the original video, and there's not much more for me to talk about, so yeah. Um, sorry, that was a bit of a yawn. I'm trying to figure out what I did here. I don't know, though. I think I'm just looking at my, empire right now. Okay, and here, I find it interesting that, who was that? The Mayans declared, war on Darius. So I find that pretty hilarious. Okay, now here, I'm actually talking about how he wants open borders with me so he can go through my borders because we already have open borders with him. And I'm just kind of thinking, should I do it? Because if I let him into my borders, then he can come right up to my back door and murder me through war. Or if I don't allow open borders, then he'll, take that as an act of aggression and be like, you know what? I'm gonna start war with you. So in the long run, I do end up actually deciding to accept the thing, which I find out. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. Which I find out later is actually a bad idea because, as you guys will see later on, I'll mention it again that Attila will ask for er no open borders with us, I guess, for Attila. I don't know. Anyway, they will end up ending, and he will ask for open borders. No, in order for us to get open borders to his land, he will end up asking for a ton of supplies from us. So, yeah. Man, I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I'm sorry. Um, but no. Next time, what I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm doing with my mouse right now. Next time, what I'm thinking is I am going to not allow open borders the first time. That way, he will get kicked out of my area. And then, when the open borders for me stop, then I will allow, or then I'll propose the open borders again. That way, we can do that. And now we're checking out the other areas that he has land, which is up there and down there. Oh, right. Now I get ready to give some more gold to Milan so we can try and get more culture from them. Boom. Thank you. Okay, now here I'm wondering about India having more culture, or having more influence over them. And now I'm just wondering, wait a minute. Their last city is right here. So I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to start war with them. Because if I can destroy their city, then I can have the most influence with Milan, hopefully. And then they'll give me a ton of influence. But then I remember, oh crud, no, because if I take out that city, then I need another police station for my NIA. Oh. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. So I figure I will hold off to fight him until the NIA is complete, and we should be good then. And now I have the engineer here, and I speed up the Hubble for quite a while, or by quite a bit, I don't know, whatever. And now here you can see he's asking for a ton of crud in order for the open borders to work. So I get rid of all the extra resources here, and I try to propose that, and he does not like it. So what I end up doing is... Yeah, he's gonna... Am I gonna do that? Yeah, I do that again. So what I end up doing is I get rid of the horses and the iron, I bump the gold up to, I think, 400? Yeah, okay. Alrighty. So there we go. And I don't know what I'm doing right now. Okay, the horses and the iron to Attila ended. That's actually pretty good, so we can't get the resources to make more people. No, this episode, a lot of amazing things happened, and I think just the sheer luck of all the great stuff happening in this episode just ended up causing a lot of bad luck for my microphone. I actually tried recording the Minecraft episode later on for today, and found out... Oh wait, is this it? I think this might be it. This might be the start of it, anyway. Yeah, so as you can see, I got a great scientist here. And then I'm trying to figure out what this Mobile Sam thing is. I had Sousa producing them for producing a lot of different things, this being one of them, and I don't remember what this thing is. So I'm trying to figure it out. It doesn't have any kind of range or anything like that. So I just upgrade it with drill just randomly. And oh right, I contemplate putting the NIA there, but then I say that I want it to be in Rome. So I choose to just make artillery so I can go fight India. And right here is a great scientist. I can build an academy, which will get us extra science for, you know, our research up there. But, as you'll see in a second, maybe, I must have been talking about something. Oh, I see. Okay. So right now I'm thinking about where I should move him, and I get ready to build the academy. Then I see that he has another skill on his side there. And as you can see, I don't know what that fully says. It'll help research a technology. So I'm thinking, wait a minute. Will this get me a free technology? So I decide to wait until advanced ballistics is fully completed, and I decide to see what he actually does. So in a second or two, maybe a minute. Oh, okay, there. So I just continue on, and alright, at this point, there was just a ton of cat litter on my mouse pad from Grim hopping up, so I quickly just wipe it all off. And I need to figure out something to put here. And at this point, I just decide to start putting the cheap buildings here again. And add to the queue. And somewhere around here, I noticed that my gold is now in the negative numbers. Or not in the negative numbers, but I'm making negative numbers. So I decide to start working on things that'll get me money. But first, I decided to go with the monument and the shrine because it's one turn for each, and then the walls because it'll help protect us. And then I'm trying to decide what I should do here. Yeah, okay. So I decide that I want to try the research lab. Oh, man, I really do apologize about all the yawning. But no, here's when I notice that my money is in the negatives now. So I decide to switch over the research lab to money, to the mint, and I think the stock exchange I did. Oh yeah, here I'm wondering, because it says you have to have gold or silver somewhere within the area, and I'm like, wait, did I even have any of that? And I do, so yeah. Now here I decide to do those two and move them higher up, that way they have more priority. Okay. So I decided to have the walls to protect the city against the oncoming war with Attila, and then the money problems there. So here I try and figure out what I should do with the mobile Sam. Okay, and here I'm coming into the thing to try and see what it actually does. And oh yeah, the atomic bomb. I definitely ponder if I should do that a little bit. Anyway, the mobile SAM, it will intercept enemy aircraft, which will try to bomb nearby units, I think that said. So I'm like, okay, so I need to try and keep this somewhere to protect my cities. So I come to the conclusion that I should put it up near Antium and Bactra to see if maybe it'll help out there. Yeah, so I figure I should put it like right about there. I think. Or do I put it there? I might end up putting it... Yeah, okay, so I put it there, so it's right next to Antium instead. Okay, and him, I just have him go alert. And now I notice that I have another scientist at Rome somehow. So I move him to get ready for getting me another research. Or another technology, I mean. Oh yeah, here I'm talking about how I think it'll work the way I told you guys about. Okay. And then I have him go to... no, sorry, do nothing. Then I notice I have a third scientist, so I get him ready. And then this other scientist, I have him do nothing next turn. Okay. think it's almost our turn. Oh yeah, here's when I noticed that all of Persia has officially been taken over by Attila now. So we're gonna have a fun time. Okay, so now is when I start getting ready to... oh no, with Rome I start building the NIA, because why the heck not? And here I start building the cockpit, the SS cockpit. Okay, and here I get to upgrade a tank. So I just decide to do extra drill and I don't remember the other one. But now here I have some rocket artillery that for some reason I now have control of. I think I was sending him somewhere, but he ended up stopping, so I decided to move him over near India so we can get ready for the oncoming war. And I do nothing with all the scientists. And the tank now needs me to move it somewhere. So I try to think of where could use a tank. And I was thinking, okay, maybe I can move it up near these cities to protect them. But then I think, okay, no. I need to move it down here. I need to move it down here to try and protect that city, because that one is probably one of the most vulnerable. And now here I decide to put that infantry down a little bit. Maybe. Nope, I tell him to go to alert for now. Okay. Alrighty, next turn. Okay, and here is actually something I really like. So he's asking us to go to war with him against Gandhi. So I decide to do the give us 10 turns to prepare, because at this point the NIA will only take 8 turns. So once the NIA is done, we will have units over there, and we will be able to annihilate him. And we will officially be one of the last 4 people in the game at this point. There we go. Alrighty. Okay. Yes. Infantry. I need to upgrade. Okay. Who else? I don't know if there's anything else I need to do this turn. Okay. So I tell the infantry to move up there. Okay. And now the scientists... Oh, wait, no, not the scientists yet. Antium, I get ready to start building other stuff, such as more infantry. But then I decide to go with the rocket artillery. Did I say infantry? No, whatever. I decided to go with the rocket artillery. I think. Don't I? I honestly don't know what I'm thinking right now. No, apparently I decided to go with an infantry. I don't know why. Okay, whatever. Okay, so this artillery, I decided to move over here. That way I can get him ready to attack, I can't read that thing. Unfortunately, in my editor here, it's all kind of, blurry. Thankfully, it turns out way better quality after the fact. Okay, so I tell my scientists to do nothing, because we got one more turn, and then we will have amazing stuff. Okay, here we go. And now I just tell this tank to go alert for before we go to war. And at this point, I'm actually thinking we might be able to do the science victory instead of the domination victory, because we are so advanced in science. But even though I'm still trying to prepare, just so we can be safe against Attila. So yeah. There we go. And we finally researched that, and we got a battleship over here. So I decided to go with the naval and the land units. That way, it'll be, you know, generally all around good. I move him over there, and oh, yeah, here I'm checking out the range that it has. I'm not actually getting ready to attack. Then I tell him to go alert. And at this point, I choose a new technology, which, I don't remember which one I choose, but I just get ready to make the different spaceship parts. So I think I actually go with the mobile tactics. Is that what it says? I can't even read that. Come on. Continue. Yeah, I'm not even sure what I do. Okay, nope, I guess I just decided to do that one instead. Okay. So at that point, then I use that and find out that it lowers the cost to 1 turn, which is amazing. So I'm super stoked about that. So now I start building a booster over at Tarsus because we need 3 of them, and it'll produce it in 17 turns, which is a little high. I'm hoping there's something I can actually do about that. Okay. Now everything else is processing. There we go. Got robotics already. Then I decide to go with, which one do I go with? Oh, telecommunication, I guess. Okay. So I go with that one, and I do nothing with the other one. And that guy needs a thing. So I get ready to do the booster, then I realize that it's, like, either, what is that, 27 or 37 turns. So I'm deciding, I don't know if I should do that. So I see if I have any buildings that can, increase production speed. And I notice that I have a lot of buildings that I have not even done much with. So then I see that the spaceship factory has 50% extra production when building spaceship parts. So I'm like, okay, that could possibly help. So I decide to try and make that. And I also decide, do I decide? I don't know if I do. Maybe not. Oh no, because it also has like 20 some turns. But I do also decide to do the arsenal, I believe. I think? No, maybe not. Okay. Is that it? I feel like I did something else. No, so, okay, yeah. So I delete that. Okay. Oh, right. So I get the bank so I can get extra money because we are low. The amphitheater for the culture, for the cultural victory. We do the arsenal, I think. Yeah. And I think that's all we did. Maybe? Okay. Yeah, so I guess in the long run I decided not to do the SS booster there at all. So currently I believe we only have 1 booster being made and 1 cockpit. Okay. And the NIA is currently producing that. Okay, telecommunications is done. So now I can finish off with that. And now I do mobile tactics so I can get the last, I think it was the last, thing. And I use our last scientist as well. And now I get these guys ready for war. Okay, and I see that unfortunately they do not reach over to that city. So I'm thinking I have to move the artillery into land. But then I decide, okay, well, we're going to need someone to actually rush in and take the city anyway. So I decide to bring in infantry over here. And I'm hoping by bringing him over here, it'll expand the visibility range, causing them to be able to actually fire into the city, hopefully. We didn't actually get into the war in this episode, though, so I'm not entirely sure how that worked out. And here I check out to see if I have enough aluminum to actually make or to upgrade it to the rocket artillery, which I do. And as you can see here, I'm still checking out to see if I can fire onto the city. And then I realized that the shadow was there, so I'm thinking that's what the deal is. And here I'm talking about how I want the infantry to go there so I can get extra visibility. And I send him alert. Next turn. Okay. Alrighty, so now here I'm deciding to see what I can build. Spaceship factory, bomb shelter, etc., etc. Do I build the CN tower? Hey, Sydney Opera House. Okay. So there we go. Don't remember what I actually choose here at all. I'm thinking I might do the Spaceship Factory because Rome has a special perk where 50% extra production in any city for a building that is already in the capital or something along those lines. So I'm thinking I want to do the bomb shelter, spaceship factory, etc. That way it'll all work for everything else. And I guess I choose to do the CN tower last. Really? I don't know why I chose to do that. Oh well. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we go back to the map. And we come over here and start making a bomb shelter there just because. I notice I have a free policy. And I'm not entirely sure why I have a free policy. But I just roll with it. Then I figure, oh, it must have came from the Opera House. So I decide to just go and finish up rationalism real quick. And there we go. And then with the next policy, I'll figure out which one I want to actually buy then. And now I decide to check out our victory progress, because as you can see, 3 other people are left to dominate. We are almost at the science victory, because we already have the Apollo program, and we have 1 booster and 1 cockpit already being made. No other players even have the Apollo program yet, mind you. So yeah. Let's see, the diplomatic, if I scroll over it, maybe I don't. Diplomatic, as you can see, we only have 2 projected votes, so we decide not to go there at all. And then cultural, as you can see, we have 4 out of 5, and India, the next leader, has 3 out of 5, which we're gonna destroy anyway, so they don't really matter. Anyway, so here I decide, what do I decide? I think I decide to go with the spaceship factory first, and then I start making the parts. Right? Is that what I do? Okay. I think that is what I do. And then I get ready to make another booster, so we now have 2 boosters being made. And over here, oh yeah, over here I thought I still had the booster being made, but I don't. Yeah, I think I'm talking about how I thought I had it being made down here, but I guess I just forgot about canceling it. So yeah. And then up here, I decide that I want to make the last booster. So we are good on the booster side, so we just need to get the other things. And now here I notice I have a free tech. I'm like, what the heck is that? And I can literally choose anything to get a free technology. So, at this point, I'm like, what the heck? I don't know what I did. This is amazing. So, I'm like, I don't know what I did. So, I just decided to go with the engine. And then I noticed I have another free technology. So, I go with the nanotechnology. And at this point, I am literally bursting out laughing at how hilarious it is. I have, what is it? I have 1 free policy, 3 free scientists, 2 free technologies. I am dominating the world in every aspect right now, and I'm thinking the Sydney Opera House has something to do with all of that, but it only gave us a social policy. So I still don't know how I got the other 2, what do you call it? The other 2 free tech, but hey, I'm rolling with it. No, at this point, I'm just losing it because I got so many free things. At this point, I'm just like, oh, okay, what do I need to do now? Do I want to get this stuff? Do I want to get the United Nations? And see, at this point, I'm realizing, I mean, if I build the United Nations, then does that automatically mean people can vote for whoever they like and whoever they like wins? Or do I have to start the voting or what? So then I see down here, there's a giant death robot. I'm like, I need that. I need that in my life. So I decided to go with the giant death robot thing there. And now I can see I can promote an infantry. So I decided to promote him. And then decide to move him over there. Okay. And here, I noticed that I can upgrade the unit for free to a mechanized infantry, and I'm like, what the heck is that? So I check it out here, and the mechanized infantry, let's see, fast basic unit of late game. I can't even see what that says. But it's free. It doesn't require any like aluminum or iron or anything like that, so I decided to go with it anyway. And I decided to go and start upgrading all of my infantry to it. Because why the heck not, right? And oh dear. Alrighty, sorry about that weird thing. I don't even know if I can cut that out or not. Anyway, I'll figure it out. So here I am fitting all of the not fitting. I'm fixing all of the I guess everything else for everyone here. Still upgrading everyone on all that. Here we go. Just looking around my empire to see if any infantry is left. And I'm not seeing any. So at this point, I decide to get ready to end the episode because at this point we were going a little over on time because Grim muted the video a little bit into the video. But anyway, so I will do what he couldn't do. If you guys did enjoy, then please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one where hopefully things will get better. Thank you all for watching, and have yourselves a great day then. Goodbye.